Today we're working on Lesson 11, Apply. So this is what you should have open. Go ahead and save it to where you save everything, putting your initials in it. And we're going to insert a header with your name in the left, date code in the center, page number in the right. Go back to normal view. And then in step 4, click in cell B20. So B20 is right here, and type equals AV, and that brings up a shortcut menu. We're going to click on average, press the tab button, and then we're going to drag over the range B6 to B16 to enter it in the formula and finish it. So highlight from B6 to B16 and hit enter. So when you click back in that cell, you'll see your formula is average of B6 to B16, and then fill that across by clicking the bottom right hand corner. Fill that across. Step 6 in cell B21, enter a formula that subtracts a value in B20 from the value in B19 and fill it across. So we're going to type equals B19 minus B20 and hit enter, and then we will drag that across, and that fills that. So each of these cells now has a formula in it. You can reference that up here at the top. Step 7, use the auto sum button to enter a formula in B22 that finds the minimum value in that same range. So click in cell B22. We're going to click on formulas. We're going to click the down arrow on auto sum. You're going to select the MIN, which is the minimum. Right now it's got these items selected. We don't want that. We want to select from B6 to B16, and that will get those. Hit enter. And if you were to look up here, the lowest number is 88,459, which is what we have. So fill that across. Step 8, in cell B23, enter a formula that subtracts a value in B22 from the value in B19. So equals B19 minus B22 and hit enter. Now fill that value across. Step 9, use the More Functions button statistical to enter a formula in B24 that finds the highest max value. So we're going to click here. Now we could have clicked this auto sum like we've used before, and there's a max there, but this project is showing you different ways that you can get formulas. So in this instance, it wants us to click the More Functions, click statistical, and then you've got to scroll down until you see max, and click max. And now this range is selected B19 to B23, but we're just going to click in our mouse and drag it down, and that selects B6 to B16, which is what we want. Click OK. And we're going to fill that across. Step 10 in B25, so click in cell B25. Enter a formula that subtracts a value in B24 from B19. So we're going to type equals B19 minus B24. Hit enter. And then we're going to fill this across. Step 11, use the Insert Function button on the formula bar to enter a formula in B27. So click in B27. Insert function, and we're using median value. So in the search for a function, we're going to type median, hit enter, and you'll see that now in blue highlighted is the median, and then click OK. We're going to highlight that same range from B6 to B16. then click OK, then fill that across. Step 12 says select the range F6 to F16, so highlight this range right here. And all it's doing is telling you to observe the auto-calculate results in the status bar. So down here on the status bar, you can see that it's got the average, the count, and the sum. So just showing you that you can do that. Step 13 says select the range A5 to G16. So A5 to G16. Click Data, and then Subtotal, which is over here on the right. Step 14, in the at each change in the drop down. So right here at each change, we're going to click this down arrow. You got to scroll down. We're going to select Lot. Step 15, in the Use Function box, select Count. Mine already says that. If yours doesn't, you would just click there and click Count. Step 16, select Replace Current Subtotals. So if your box right here isn't checked, you need to check that box in Summary below Data. Make sure that box is checked, and then click OK. When you do that, your sheet should look like this. Step 17 says adjust column widths as necessary to display all the data. So I'm going to click right up here in the top left hand corner so everything is selected, because right now if you see right here you can't see everything in the word count. So I'm just going to double click between the line, and that's going to resize everything, and so now everything fits exactly like we want it to. And then press Control and then the Home button. When you press Control Home, that's going to take you to the top of the sheet up here. So step 16 says to print the worksheet, which you know that my class does not do that. So save your file, close it, and submit it, and that completes lesson 11.